This 17 News at Noon podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Noon podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Good afternoon, I'm Elena Rusk. 2 gang members suspected in the massacre of 6 people last month in Goshen were arrested early this morning, one after a gun battle with ATF officers. Sheriff Mike Boudreau confirms 25-year-old Noah David Beard was taken into custody without incident, and our cameras were there. 35-year-old Angel Uriarte was wounded in a shootout with federal agents, but he is listed in stable condition after surgery and is expected to survive. The 6 victims, including a teen mother and her baby, were gunned down on January 16th, with several of them shot in the head in what the sheriff has called a cartel-style attack. Today, the sheriff called on Governor Newsom to allow the death penalty in this case. We will continue to follow this story in depth on our website, kget.com, with much more coming up tonight at 5. And now to a sad story out of Arvin. A child has died after being hit by a car while riding a dirt bike. Arvin Police say the 10-year-old boy was hit about 3:45 yesterday. It happened on El Camino Real and Traver Way. Paramedics tried saving the boy, but he later died. Police say there's no indication the driver was speeding or under the influence. The boy, a student in the Arvin Union School District, and counselors are available today for students who need support. Senator Shannon Grove will unveil the KCSO Phillip Campus Memorial Interchange at a ceremony at the Kern County Sheriff's Office headquarters. Last year, Grove introduced Resolution SCR 75 to honor campus with an interchange at Highways 65 and 99, which will be formally dedicated today at 2 p.m. Campus killed in the line of duty during a SWAT standoff in Wasco in July of 2021. The gunman, Jose Manuel Ramirez Jr., reportedly also killed his wife and 2 sons that day. Deputies later killed Ramirez as he fired toward them from the roof of a house. Campus, aged 35 at the time, was described by Sheriff Donnie Youngblood as a star, an officer who ran toward gunfire. And it is National Wear Red Day. I'm wearing red to support the American Heart Association's Go Red for Women movement in the fight against heart disease and stroke in women. Cardiovascular disease, the #1 killer of women, and awareness is critical. It's important for women to know key personal health numbers that help determine your risk for heart disease, including total cholesterol, blood pressure, blood sugar, and your body mass index. You can join the Go Red for Women movement by wearing red and giving today at wearredday.org. Well, in your 17 Business Watch, kicking off the new year, the economy added 517,000 new jobs, and the unemployment rate hit its lowest point in over 50 years. It now stands at 3.4%, the lowest since 1969. Travel and leisure jobs led all categories, with 128,000 hospitality positions added. Other job increases were in business, government, and healthcare. Wage increases up 0.3%. In December, 11 million jobs were available. And Freddie Mac announced today that average mortgage rates are inching down again. According to their primary mortgage market survey, the 30-year fixed rate average 6.09%. That's down nearly a full point from November, when it peaked over just 7%. The 15-year fixed mortgage average is 5.14%, which is a slight drop from last week when it was averaging 5.17%. A year ago, at this time, the average interest on a 30-year fixed rate was 3.55, and a 15-year fixed was 2.77. And state regulators ordering utility companies to immediately distribute funds to lower natural gas bills that are unaffordable for many Californians this winter. The California Public Utilities Commission voted to give out gas and electric credits immediately, and those range from $90 to $120 based on utility providers. SoCalGas says it will be giving its customers $50 off their February to March bill. Still, many aren't convinced this will help very much.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
All right, making news around the nation, the Northeast facing a ferocious Arctic blast this weekend with what could be the coldest wind chills in the region in decades. NBC's Emily Aikita is in Boston, where they're preparing for 2 days of extreme temperatures.
Hey there. Well, right now it's about just above 20 degrees here in Boston. The wind is packing a punch as well, but this is actually the warmest it's going to be for the rest of the day as temperatures are set to topple every hour into dangerously low levels. Schools across the city canceled as officials are warning people to stay out of what could be some of the coldest weather parts of the region have seen in decades. It will feel like minus 20 in Chicago today, tomorrow in Boston, wind chill of 30 below, and get this, a jaw-dropping minus 60 wind chill in northern Maine, where the National Weather Service is calling it an epic generational Arctic outbreak. As I mentioned before, schools canceled here in Boston. They declared a cold weather emergency. Schools also shuttered in Buffalo. They're using signs there to warn people of the danger to come, the potentially life-threatening cold. And that city's just coming off of weeks later a deadly blizzard. Now, as we see this Arctic air move in, the south is still thawing out from its week-long icy storm that claimed the lives of at least 8 people and left a tangled mess of power lines and trees. Austin Energy telling its customers it can't say when to expect widespread power restoration. Now, back here in Boston, I did mention we're bracing for that bone-chilling wind chill of 30 below tomorrow. But to put that in perspective, that's actually fairly mild when you look at what nearby New Hampshire at Mount Washington is looking forward to. Minus 100 wind chill paired with 100-mile-per-hour winds. So I suppose I should be saying it could be worse. I'll send it back to you guys.
The U.S. says it is tracking a suspected Chinese surveillance balloon that has been spotted over U.S. airspace for a couple days now. The Pentagon decided not to shoot it down over concerns of hurting people on the ground. A senior defense official says the U.S. has, quote, very high confidence it is a Chinese high-altitude balloon, and says it was flying over sensitive sites to collect information. One of the places the balloon was spotted was Montana, which is home to one of the nation's 3 nuclear missile silo fields at Malmstrom Air Force Base. All right, now to education news. Teachers looking for an employment opportunity can meet with several districts this weekend. The Kern County Superintendent of Schools' 23rd annual Kern County Teacher Recruitment Fair happening tomorrow from 8 a.m. to noon at the Larry E. Ryder Education Center on K Street. Fully credentialed teachers, interns, and those with a bachelor's degree are invited to attend. Also needed career technical education teachers. Attendees should bring multiple copies of their resumes and credentials. And it's never too early to get your kids interested in STEM, science, technology, engineering, and math, and also art. Last night, Greenfield Middle School hosted their 2nd annual Family STEAM Night. Kids got a chance to play while also learning some important fundamentals about how things are made. Students got to work on a project like a balloon vast, a sphero golf, and creating music using spectrums. Well, let's turn to some lighter news around town. 1 week is left to go before our Hook and Ladder barbecue, which will be underway at Compassion Corner. For just $10, you'll get a delicious lunch with a hamburger, chips, cookie, and water. You can place a group order ahead of time for 10 or more lunches by calling 283-1701, or you can just drive on through. It's all happening right here next Thursday from 11 a.m. to 2. Proceeds benefit Bakersfield City and Kern County Fire Burn Survivor Foundations, organizations dedicated to assisting Kern County burn survivors and their families.
The 17 News at Noon podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.